Hello everyone, we are Team BUET Genesis and we are here to present our project Tokkhok. What is this project Tokkhok? It is a comprehensive platform designed to enhance the learning experience of Bengali speaking students. Its prime objective is to make the use of AI tools more accessible and beneficial for Bengali speaking students. It does not only include the privilege of using AI tools in Bangla language, but also supports a new type of language, which is Banglish. Here in the example, we can see the text in English is how are you? And here it is showing the Bengali translation of it. On the left side, we can see the text in Banglish, which is the letters are in English, but the pronunciation is in Bengali. In short, it is a transliteration of the Bengali text. Though it is not a proper language, it is widely used in social media and other platforms, and a lot of Bengali speaking students find it more comfortable to type in Banglish since typing in Bengali takes a lot of time and effort. So we have included this feature in our platform to make it more user friendly and accessible for students who are not comfortable with typing in Bengali. Let's jump into our website. It is our landing page. First, we move to the login page. Here, we will log in with a test account. Here, we can see the home page. It shows 4 key modules of our platform. And in the bottom, we can see a list of previously created chats with the AI chatbot. First, let's jump to the Smart Text Editor module. It is a markdown editor with a lot of features like image and code segments, etc. In the left panel, we will write our text in markdown format, and in the right panel, we can see a preview of our text. Since we can format our text very smartly with the help of markdown, we can use it to write our assignments and projects. For demonstration, I have already created a sample text. Now let's copy paste it. Now we can see the formatted text in the right panel. If we notice carefully, we can see that the text is not in English. Rather, it is in Banglish, of which we talked about earlier. Now, using the button below, we can translate the text to proper Bengali, which is actually done by a large language model. Here we can see the translated text. So we can use this feature to write our assignments in Banglish and then translate it to Bengali. And if we notice, this is an article on Nelson Mandela. The button below is used to convert the note into a PDF file. We can use this feature to download our notes in PDF format. And the PDF also gets saved in the database. So we can access it later from user's profile. Here we are seeing the PDF file of our note. Now let's go to the user's profile. We can see the list of PDFs that the user has created so far. And here is the PDF file on Nelson Mandela that we just created. While generating the PDFs, backend generates a title and a brief description of the PDF using an LLM, which we are seeing on the PDFs now. And yes, we can access those PDFs. Here, we can also delete and edit and change visibility of the PDF. If we make it public, then other user can see it in the public section. And in this option, we will show the usage statistics of an user. It shows a summary of the uses of the platform. Now let's go back to the home page and check out our next module, which is the AI chatbot. First, let's give a title. Suppose road safety. We can see the response of the AI chatbot, which is in Bengali. And at the end of the response of the AI chatbot, we can see some references. These references are representing the PDFs created by the user uh, before, or the public PDFs which are used to generate the response by doing Retrieval-Augmented Generation or RAG. Later, we will explain the pipeline of the RAG process. So we can use this feature to get the information from the PDF that we have created before. In short, we can chat with our uploaded PDF. Now let's check out the next module, which is an audio chat. It is a voice assistant that can take voice comments in Bengali and English and respond to them on the same language. For example, I already created a PDF on Nelson Mandela. Let's ask the assistant to read it for us. নেলসন ম্যান্ডেলা সম্পর্কে কিছু বলো।
নেলসন ম্যান্ডেলা দক্ষিণ আফ্রিকার প্রথম কৃষ্ণাঙ্গ প্রেসিডেন্ট এবং বর্ণবৈষম্যের বিরুদ্ধে সংগ্রামের প্রতীক। মানবাধিকারের জন্য তার অবদান এবং ক্ষমাশীল ব্যক্তিত্বের জন্য বিশ্বজুড়ে পরিচিত। তিনি 1943 সালে আফ্রিকান ন্যাশনাল কংগ্রেসে ANC যোগ দেন এবং 1952 সালে ডিফায়েন্স ক্যাম্পেইন শুরু করেন। 1962 সালে গ্রেপ্তার হয়ে 27 বছর কারাগারে কাটানোর পর 1990 সালে মুক্তি পান। 1994 থেকে 1999 পর্যন্ত প্রেসিডেন্ট হিসেবে
So we just seen the assistant has responded both in text and audio. This module also used the same RAG process as the AI chatbot to generate the response. So we can use this feature to listen to our notes and assignment. Now let's check out the last module. This module basically asks the users to support the platform by contributing to make the translation from Banglish to Bangla more accurate. Since Banglish is not a proper language, there are very few resources available for it. So we are trying to build a dataset of Banglish to Bengali translation because we have plans to use this dataset to fine-tune a model in future to make the translation more accurate. And as of now, we are using few shot prompting with the LLM to do the translation. So for this also, we need examples of some Banglish to Bengali pair. So we are asking the users to contribute to this dataset by providing some examples of Banglish to Bangla translation. Here, I have a sample Banglish to Bangla example. We can see the English meaning here. Let's use it as input. Okay. These inputs are not directly considered as valid data points. Rather, the admin will check these data points periodically and then approve them. Let's check the admin approval page. Here we can see the list of all data points that are submitted by the users. The admin can approve or reject them. We are now approving the data points we just submitted. So that's all about our project. Now let's talk about the pipelines of the module. First, let's talk about the text editor module. which uses a Banglish to Bengali translation pipeline. First, we consider the Banglish-Bangla pairs from the users we just talked about in the last module, and after admin approval, they are stored in the database. Then we use this pair to create a prompt for the LLM to generate the translation using few-shot inferencing. And the prompt also contains the text that we want to translate. Then we send the prompt to LLM to get the response. Finally, we show the response in the text editor. Now, we did this task using another way, which is Google Transliteration API. The transliteration is phonetic, meaning it maps input sounds in one script, for example, Latin or English, to equivalent sounds in the target script, for example, Bengali. The motivation for using this API is to reduce latency as much as possible. Next, we saw that while creating the PDF from Note, we used the LLM to generate a title and a brief description of the PDF. We used GPT-4o mini model to do this task. Then we combine the title and the description and the note and generate the PDF. Then the PDF is stored in a vector database so that we can use it later for the RAG process of our AI chatbot and audio chatbot. We use Qbrand vector database for this purpose. In the AI chatbot module, when user asks a question, we first check if the question is related to any of the PDFs that the user has created by doing a similarity search in the vector database, which returns the most relevant chunks of the PDFs. Then we combine the question and the relevant chunks to create a prompt for the LLM to generate the response. Finally, we send the prompt to LLM and get the response. We use the same OpenAI API for this module as well. Finally, we have the audio chatbot module. The pipeline is almost the same as AI chatbot module. First, we take audio input from user and convert it to text using OpenAI Whisper API. Then we check if the question is related to any of the PDFs that the user has created by doing a similarity search in the vector database, which returns the most relevant chunks of the PDFs again. Then we combine the question and the relevant chunks and create a prompt for the LLM to generate the response. Finally, we send the prompt to the LLM and get the response. Then in the end, we convert the response to audio using the responsive voice text-to-speech API and play it for the user. That's all about the pipelines of our modules. Thank you for listening to our presentation.